What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So there's a lot to talk about today. We have our first look at the Season 4 update. I know the season doesn't begin for like almost another month, but leaks are already starting to float around, and I always want to keep you up to date on the latest Call of Duty news and updates. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We also have a lot of events that are going to be coming in this week, new rewards that you can unlock, and things that you definitely need to know about. So if you do find the video informative at any point, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. But let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing is there is a new event starting this week known as the Blaze of Glory. It actually starts at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow. This event will be a collection-based event, so very similar to the Terminator event where you play any mode that you want, multiplayer, zombies, or Warzone. And what you have to do is collect Blaze Bucks off of eliminating players. So you eliminate them, pick them up, or in Warzone, you can only get them through loot caches. Zombies, occasionally some zombies will drop them for you, and you'll be able to pick those up, and then you cash them in for different types of rewards, and here's what they are. The very first one is the Vendetta perk. So this is going to be for multiplayer. It says type Recon Blue. On respawn, mark your killer's last known position for a short duration. Get a bonus score for eliminating that enemy. The Vigilance perk counters being marked by Vendetta, and then they provided an image of the icon of it and then what it looks like in game. So that's the first item that you unlock from this event. The second one that we have is going to be for zombies, and that is the Frost Blast field upgrade. And the description is create a blizzard that deals lethal frost damage on activation and slows enemies that enter it. And this is the image that they have provided. Now, alongside this, there is also one more reward that we know of, and that is the highly decorated animated camo. This is the first camo reward that we have in a Black Ops 6 event. I did make a video the other day where we talked about it in detail. We did get some early showcasing and footage of what this camo looks like in game. Credit to B23 COD. So this is the camo that you get. The second one is going to be exclusive to Black Cell owners. More than likely, this is probably going to be like the mastery or like the most expensive reward that you're going to be able to cash in with the Blaze Bucks. And then there's also going to be a bunch of other items that you're able to get. For example, decal, stickers, loading screens, calling cards, you know, the usual stuff like that that you get from every single event. They don't tell us exactly how many rewards there are, but there should be more than 10. Quick word from our sponsor, Mitch Cactus. It's a store that can get you the most exclusive operators, help you unlock the Black Ops 6 mastery camos such as Dark Matter, Abyss, and Nebula. And if you want to hit Master Prestige even faster, they can also help you out with that. They don't use unlock tools or mods, so you know it's 100% legitimate, and they have over 10,000 verified reviews on Trustpilot. You can use code TRIDZO for a 5% discount. The link will be down in the description. Now, we do have another event that's going to be going live just 2 days after, which is going to be this upcoming weekend. It says in 2 days and 20-something hours, which lands us on around a Friday, and that is going to be a double XP event. Now, from the icon, it looks like we're going to get double XP and double weapon XP. Doesn't seem like Battle Pass XP or Gobblegum earn rate is going to be a part of this, and that is going to be available throughout the whole weekend, and then usually will end on Monday at 10 a.m. So that's currently what is going on with the event tab and in terms of updates that we're going to receive this upcoming week. Now, other than this, there's a couple of other things that have been announced that could directly impact Call of Duty. So Charlie Intel posted this earlier. Gears of War Reloaded has been announced launching on August 26th for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, as well as PC. And Gears of War Reloaded includes the full breadth of content from Gears of War Ultimate Edition. Now, because of this, there is the idea that maybe we could see some sort of a crossover with Call of Duty. Could this impact, you know, one of the last final seasons that we get in BO6? And could they potentially bring this in? In the past, we've seen they've had Halo crossovers that were rumored. There was also Gears of War, and then there was also Doom. And now that Microsoft pretty much owns Call of Duty, they have the rights to bring any of these that they want at any point in time. So could they potentially do this as like a marketing thing? We did see them tease Tony Hawk over in Call of Duty, although they didn't bring an operator or any sort of content related to it. Maybe they could do something along those lines, or they can actually make a full-blown event related to Gears of War. So not the biggest topic, but just wanted to let you guys know about it and keep you informed. Now, the main thing that I want to talk about today is the Season 4 update. Now, I understand that we are very early into the Season 3 Reloaded update. It hasn't even been a full week yet, and we're already going to start talking about Season 4. So as soon as that Reloaded update went live, leakers jumped into the files and just began data mining upcoming content and things that are going to be coming into Call of Duty in the future. Now, first off, take this information with a grain of salt, because although they have been mentioned and found in the files, there's the potential chance that maybe they're not for Season 4, maybe they're for Season 5 or Season 6. But according to them, they usually don't add things into the files until they're ready to drop them into the game. Now, at the moment, it looks like the Season 4 update is set to launch on Thursday, May 29th at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, we know this because of the Battle Pass countdown timer is very accurate. This always tells us exactly when a new update is supposed to begin. Now, there is obviously the chance that if there is a delay, it's obviously going to be a completely different date, but there's no reason for delays. The only time that we saw a delay is because the return of Verdansk. They wanted to make sure that it was special and they got everything right. I don't see a reason for them to delay the Season 4 update in this case. And then on top of that, Call of Duty sort of already behind on track. I mean, we got a 420 event during the month of May, so you can already see here that their schedule is a little bit off place, and the Season 4 update should be launching during that time period. And then the marketing will also begin a week prior, which is always exactly the Thursday before, on the 22nd. So around 2 weeks from now, we should know exactly everything that's going to go on with that Season 4 update. So it's around the corner. It's not too far off. So the first thing that we have is the brand new DLC weapons that were leaked by Hey, I'm Alex. So he's a credible leaker. He leaks probably some of the biggest things that we have when it comes to Call of Duty. And he mentioned here that there's new weapons that were added with the Season 3 Reloaded update, and then he gave a list. Now, at first, they obviously look confusing because it's like things that they data mined, and then they also use code names for them. And then usually you'll be able to tell what type of weapon that it is. So for example, looking at the first line, AR, that's definitely an assault rifle with the code name of Fresno. I have no idea what that is. So if you do have an idea of what some of these weapons are, then comment them down below. But Call of Duty does sort of make them very confusing to understand. The only ones that I do know is the Olov has been mentioned to be the Olympia, according to Hey, I'm Alex. And this is a weapon that we haven't seen in 10 years. The last time it was added was in Black Ops 3. So the fact is they're bringing it in 10 years later. So I'm curious to see what it's going to end up looking like with the new iteration of Call of Duty, the new engine, and the upgraded version of this model. We also have the M202, which, as you can see from the code name, it's KS. That means it's a kill streak, and that is potentially the M202A1, which is the Grim Reaper that we originally saw in Black Ops. Now, this was a score streak that required 5 kills to get, so it wasn't like super overpowered or anything like that. You get a couple of shots, I believe it was like 4 of them, and then you're able to just shoot the weapon, reload, and then continue shooting with it. And it's sort of like the Archangel, except it's not a remote missile. You just pretty much simply just shoot the item, and then it will be able to kill the opponent. So it looks like that is going to be making its return as some form of a kill streak in an upcoming update. And then you have some other obvious ones, for example, ME, melee weapon, and then that is a pickaxe. And then we also have another melee weapon, which is B Knuckles, and that could potentially be the Brass Knuckles I believe we last saw in Black Ops 3. And then another one, the Milan, could also be the Milano, which is a weapon from Cold War, a Treyarch weapon. Makes it very easy for them, I guess, to just add into the game. Now, in terms of some of the other ones, if you know what they are, comment them down below and let us know. There's also one more weapon that was mentioned by Reality UK. That is the P. York revolver. This was leaked through Warzone Mobile, and he mentions that this is directly tied to multiplayer and as well as the PC side and console side of things. So this could potentially be also an upcoming DLC weapon that's going to be added in at some point. Now, alongside this, he did give us some zombies information as well, and he says as of right now in the Season 3 Reloaded update, there's only one zombies map that he has been able to find in the files. So there could potentially be just one zombies map left for the lifecycle Black Ops 6, which to me doesn't make too much sense, or they just have not added them into the files. Maybe they're still working on them and have not yet completed them in order to add them in. But he also mentions that nothing indicate the map is planned for the Season 4 update. Now, I don't think there's really much to worry about here because typically we do get zombies maps in the reloaded portion of an update, with the exception of like Season 3, for example. They added it here in the first part, and then they have the LTMs in Reloaded. Because we ended up getting that zombies map, they always sort of go back and forth from what I've noticed. One is at launch, the other is during Reloaded. So it does fit the pattern, and I don't think we're going to see that zombies map actually in the files until maybe the Season 4 update in itself before Reloaded. And then they're probably going to mention it in the blog post and tease it and all of that good stuff. So that's what I'm thinking right now. And obviously that is the Janus Towers location, which was teased in the cinematic. That is the next location that the team is going to be heading over to. But other than that, there's also another leak, and these are for operators that are going to be coming in. This is very interesting because I know you guys saw the thumbnail. You're like, wait, I saw Stitch in the thumbnail. Yeah, that is correct because Hey I'm Alex posted it. He said new operators added with the Season 3 Reloaded update. And here's what they are. So you have USA. So it's a USA operator and their name is Doberman. Then you have a Russian operator. Their name is Stitch, which that is definitely Cold War Stitch. And then you have another one, USA Corgi, USA Poodle. Now, these other names, these are code names for brand new operators that we've never had in the game at the moment. So skins will usually have, like, for example, the operator's name that we already know, and then like a number behind it according to them. And then so he says here that because they're completely different names, for example, Doberman, Corgi, and Poodle, these are code names for actual new characters that are probably going to be introduced with the Season 4 update. And to add more information to these unknown characters, Reality UK, another leaker, posted, he said, apart from the obvious Stitch operator, the other three are codenamed weirdly, but it's blaringly obvious that it's going to be a collab that involves three people. So we don't know what the crossover is. We don't have any intel for it, but from the name that we have here, there's three different operators that are going to come in. Could be dog and animal related, considering, I mean, their name is literally Doberman, Corgi, and Poodle, so three dog types, and that could potentially be some sort of a crossover that we get at some point during Season 4. Maybe when we get a little bit closer and we actually get the update, we'll know what these operators are, but that's what he mentions. Now, going back to Stitch, it's pretty crazy, but it was something that's expected. I mean, we literally saw Hudson, who was confirmed to be dead, somehow brought back for Black Ops 6's Season 3 update, so it could be the same sort of way here for Stitch, and we could see him a part of the storyline. Maybe yet again, it has to do with a flashback. Maybe before Adler shot him, maybe Adler didn't even shoot him, and they twist up the story, change it up a little bit, and somehow he comes back alive. So I don't know what's going on here, but these are just very, very early leaks for the Season 4 update. As I mentioned, the update doesn't go live until the very end of this month, so we'll have more information on that. We'll talk about other things in terms of Season 4, the Battle Pass, and what to expect with that as we get closer to that update. But just wanted to let you guys know what's currently been found and what has been leaked so far. But based on this information, are you guys excited for Season 4? Is this an update you are looking forward to? Do you think Call of Duty could keep up with the momentum, especially after adding Verdansk in Season 3? Do you think they can keep that player base happy by consistently doing some big updates for us? But that's all that I got for you guys here in today's video. I hope you guys found it informative. If you did, don't forget to hit that like and sub button. If you want to know more about Season 4, I definitely got you guys, so be sure to hit that sub button. But it's been your boy Chidzo, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys back on the channel again. Peace.